channeling my inner child. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught the fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again. Hi, hello. I'm going to continue talking about journaling this week, and I'm going to read a couple of excerpts from this journal, which I have shown you before in previous posts. And I'm also going to talk about this book, or my progression with this book so far. So I've just picked up this journal again. Thank you, Marie, for giving me this one. Lovely purple, spiritual purple. And I've been going through it, and it's the best part about journaling is not that you get it, you're able to process stuff at the time, is that you're able to look back in years to come and see where you were. And this one is kind of crazy. It's from 2005. And when I'm reading it, I see I'm going through all the same situations now. This was all when I moved to New York and had to try and make things happen. And all the same situations, running out of money, really struggling with being social because of my feelings of, low self-esteem and low self-worth. All of those things are in here. And I can see how I'm in that same position. But thankfully, with this journal, I see how I came out of that. Place, and it just kind of gives me hope that actually this is just the process and I will get through it. But it's literally everything that's happening now. So I even did that's the only thing that's different. I did a card reading for myself in 2005, and I drew the same card that I drew for myself 2 days ago, which is the Archangel Michael. And it's just a reminder that my spirit family is here with me as it was then, looking after me and making sure that I'm still on the right path and giving me strength and courage to push on. One thing that is different, I even had a toothache here, and I've had a toothache here now as well. It's absolutely crazy. But the other thing here, which I did here, which I was really into in 2005, which I haven't done this time, is I consulted my I Ching. And the I Ching here told me in 2005, it told me that there's a reason why it seems like all the eggshells are strewn over your path, because you need to rethink your view on life. And in 2005, I wrote something actually which I find completely astounding now. I wrote that I'm feeling my approach to life has been too emotional. I need to butch up, start playing the supporting man's role. That's completely mind-blowing that I was thinking in those binary terms. And it's just that all that conditioning that you have, I still had all of that conditioning with me of what it is to be a man, which is absolute nonsense now. But it's really great because that was 2005, and now I can see that actually I don't have those views anymore, and my outlook on life and the way I am and who I am and how I impact the world is actually completely changed now. So that's a really good, one really good reason as why you should be completing a journal. Inner child work is really important as well. I find it really important to access that inner child, because there are often things that you can say to that wounded child as an adult that might help you work through the pains and traumas. This is so silly. This is one of the things when I said, don't write things that make you cringe. This is one of the things I think was probably going to make me cringe, but I wrote it and I'm going to read it. So imagine you are one, go back to one. Are you having fun? Do you cry and scream and shout? What is being one all about? And 2, can you begin to feel 2? What's happening with you? Are you being fed? Are you comfortable in bed? Do you trust who is with you when you are 2? What is becoming 3 meant to be? Feel it if you can. Say to yourself, I am 3, I am 3, I am 3. What is the feeling that accompanies 3? When you were 4, did father ignore? Did you long to be in mother's arms? Just a little more. When you cried, did they come? Were you left looking at the door? Are the pains still with you? The pains from being 4. And what's interesting in reflection now is that in 2005, I was obviously thinking a lot about my inner child. I guess that as a child, I was around quite a lot of aggression at home, and that I know that's impacted me a lot. But here, you can see that, no eyes and no mouth. Well, closed eyes and closed mouth. And the words are, poor you, open your eyes, speak up, don't be shy. You won't thank yourself for it later. And that continues with this one, which is called Dislocated Heads. That was 25 years ago. And like quite childish drawings as well. So I think I was definitely channeling what went on for me in my early years. And this kind of, I don't know how to describe this one really. That figure there is saying, have you seen my mother? That figure there is saying, how dare you say that? And there's like a path. And these people going in there and these trees. Very impactful to look back on what you've done in your journals in the years to come. He was just running along and he fell into a well. He was just running along and he fell into a well. He was just running along and he fell into a well. I said that 3 times. That's if I wasn't so sad, I'd be actually quite happy right now. He was just running along. Something to look at. Sports, shorts through the ages. The role of shorts in everyday life. The earliest recorded shorts wearer. Who created the first pair of shorts? Shorts in sport, football and tennis. And then I've written a, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, a 10-page conversation between 2 people. All in here. And here is something that I wrote about. This is June 2006 when I was working at a nightclub in Manchester. A guy kissed his boyfriend in front of a cloakroom attendant. And the cloakroom attendant called the bouncer and the bouncer threw him out saying, we don't have that kind of behaviour in here. That was in 2006 in a nightclub in Manchester. And dreams. Another thing to write about in your journal are your dreams. Here's a dream from the 11th of December 2004. In my dream, I'm eating a pot noodle. When I open the packet, it burst open with al dente, stir-fry styled vegetables. I think, wow, this isn't so unhealthy after all. There is a small feeling that I still don't want to be associated with a pot noodle. Here's a poem that I just wrote cringe, cringe, cringe next to, so I'm not going to read that one out. Another good thing about a journal is that you can write some notes to self. Here are some of my notes to self. Want more for others than you want for yourself. Re-addiction, see myself as being addiction-free. And appreciate yourself, Ellis. And what I've written down as obstacles. Ego, we are our jobs, what we earn, etc. And that's all that social conditioning that's often made it very hard for me to go out into social situations because I've never really aspired to owning things or earning lots of money, and sometimes it can seem that that's all people are concerned about. Energy, what's around us, making sure that I put myself in the right environments. And the way I talk to myself, it's very important to be aware of the way that you talk to yourself. And quotes. I often write down things that I think are funny that I want to repeat at a party because I have social anxiety. I often just have kind of like a list of things that I can say when I go out in social situations. And not that I would ever say this in a social situation, but it's a Kath and Kim quote. And it is, I'm loving myself stupid in these leggings. And I love this one. See yourself from the end. You've already achieved everything you need. And so everything is just kind of a process of reverse engineering, one day at a time. And then you get there. And imagine all the people you need around you. And they will be there. Not just imagine that they're there, but believe that they are there and act as if they are there. And then one day you'll realize that they are there.
I really hope this has been useful and you realise that having a journal doesn't have to be like a structured thing, and it can just be a place to let go of any creativity, any thoughts that you have going on at your head at the time. You can scribble, you can draw, you can write screenplays, you can do whatever you like.